I wanted to just document real fast how to get Web API config or Web API set up inside of your existing project. Um, when I set this up during the video lecture, I actually kind of did it quickly and said I would explain it, and had a couple students remind me to do that. So what you'll see if you go into your solution and go to App Start, you'll notice that there's probably 3 files there. You're missing this Web API config.cs. And honestly, you've got a couple options. The easiest thing to do is probably go into and download the project from me and just copy the body of this, copy this body or this entire register class file and create your own Web API config inside of your solution. So at minimum, you'll want to come here into your app start, right click, add, and then add a new class. And then you want to make sure that you name it Web API config. You want to make it static. And then you just simply want to copy this register method and paste it into your project. Now after you do that, you'll probably get some squiggles on these 2 lines, 16 and 17 for me. For the purposes of the lecture, just go ahead, and the final project for that matter, just comment them out. It has to do with OAuth and bearer token authentication. It's honestly a concept that's probably beyond the scope of this class. It is an authentication mechanism that uses OAuth to perform authentication, and it has to do with handshakes and some other stuff, but it's beyond the scope of this class, so for now I'm just going to comment those out and remove them. Once you've done that, you can save your web config, or I'm sorry, your Web API config, and then the next thing you'll need to do is jump back into your solution and go to your global ASAX and double click on that. And when that opens, you'll need to add this line here on line 17, the global configuration.configure, and then the parameter that's passed in is Web API config.register. And what that does is it will register the Web API config within ASP.NET. So once those pieces are in place, that's what you need to get your Web API project up and running within your existing project.